Hello there, my name is Maya. I'm a tattoo artist in Franklin, Indiana. In this video, I am doing a little sketchbook tour series. This is the second out of 3 videos, so if you haven't watched the first one, this is the sketchbook from like September to October of 2021. Now I'm gonna look at a sketchbook from when I first started tattooing, and Friday's video will be a sketchbook from way after I started tattooing, like one of my more recent sketchbooks that I just finished. So this sketchbook doesn't have the actual date on it like the other one did, but this one is actually from 2022. It mainly houses my Inktober drawings, but it also has a bunch of random sketches and stuff, like very unfinished, just pencil sketches. I remember first opening up this sketchbook and being so intimidated and just not liking any of the pencil that was going in there. And then as soon as Inktober started, as always, I pulled some shit out of my ass. And I started doing these like little critters. I kind of had never lived in this universe art-wise, but there's a lot of like stone creatures, and I was experimenting with colored pencils at the beginning of Inktober this year. I always try to experiment with different mediums and like not be beholden to just one. This one was, again, just colored pencils. I really liked this little armadillo like a lot. It just says take it easy. It's so calming to me. Something about that Dilla. Yeah, more stone serpents. I was super into the stone serpents just in this Inktober. I'd never done that before. This piece I ended up tattooing, actually. You might recognize it if you follow me on Instagram. We did it in black and gray and red. I always have so many designs throughout the year that come from the month of October. This was watercolor and colored pencil, weird little sketches and swatches. Oh yeah. This one was like gold foil. I love the way it looks when you bend it, like the gold light shimmering on that. I might have to experiment with more gold. I really like putting gold in my art. It's just not very tattooable, which is chill, but art doesn't have to always be tattooable. That's a theme that I'm realizing for myself. I really used to take advantage of the fact that art does not have to be tattooable. Now, kind of when I sit down and I create an illustration, I'm like, oh, how would this look as a tattoo? I think it just happened very naturally for me. And I don't want to necessarily feel like all my stuff has to be that way. Looking back at my old stuff has helped me so much with that recently. I did this like weird crab guy with this horrific tongue. And then I did like a second version for the actual prompt. It was just, the tongue was cool, but I didn't like it as much as I liked these teeth. This one was colored pencils again. I ended up making prints of this one, and it did really well at a couple of the conventions that I went to. I wasn't expecting that, but a lot of people like this little lover boy guy. Little bowl of ramen. And, you know, something else that I've been thinking about a lot looking at my old stuff is I might just either redraw or just create a tattoo design based off of the stuff that I have drawn in the past. Like this one, this Iron Maiden looking dude, I think this would work so well as a tattoo if I just changed a little bit about it. It would go so hard in black and gray. Like, how freaking sick. A lot of these I didn't end up tattooing. Ooh, I'm really into isometric rooms. I do one every single year for Inktober. I don't know why I am so obsessed with them, but this one's one of my favorites. It's like a little sacrifice scene with some like egg god looking ass stained glass. I don't know. I really like this one a lot, dude. Oh yeah. I draw a lot of maces. I think it's just such a fun little tattooable concept. Like a lot of flash sheets that I see have maces on them, so I'll make like weird maces, like one out of a pretzel. You can see how intimidated I was by a vehicle. I have not really ever drawn cars. Like, I'm more of like a nature-y kind of dude, or like I like looking at my hands to draw. Drawing a vehicle is hard. This was for a tattoo design that I ended up actually tattooing. This one, this is where I started my like motif of almost like jewelry hanging down from clouds, that has continued. Like, I actually just did a flash sheet with a dragonfly with like the same motif. I just really like having water droplets, but having it attached like it's a piece of jewelry or something. Like my ponytail, my bluff prompts. Weird little plague doctor mask dudes. Another unfinished illustration. It probably would have been cool. I don't know. It looks like there's like some squiggles. Like, oh my god, this is one of my favorites in this book. The Bad Dog. I've based it off of a Borzoi, which I'm obsessed with. And then the heist, just the little jewel. I liked the way that turned out. These vultures. Man, I remember at the time being really into these vultures. Like, I was like, wow, you can like tell they're looking at you. Now I'm like, okay, it's cool, but I mean, I could make it so much better now, which is why I'm kind of thinking about redrawing some of these things. It would go so hard now. I had some good ideas. I just, because it's Inktober, some of the times I didn't really have the time to flesh it out. This prompt was booger. I think that was funny. Little green gobblegook. Ooh. So fairy, just like a little kind of Legend of Zelda inspired sort of deal. And then ego, I do this thing a lot where I'll draw myself but naked. I don't know why I do that, but it happens very naturally. And for this one, I was just thinking a lot about the human ego and consciousness, and I just accidentally drew myself. I don't know, I do that sometimes. But I like the way that I did the body and the stretch marks and stuff. It's so funny because this one just looks like a child drew it, in my opinion, but it's Inktober. Sometimes you're gonna have that. Some days I just didn't have the time or energy. So this one's just really silly to me. Oh yeah. So this prompt was uh-oh, and I was just imagining like a fucked up Grim Reaper flesh monster. For like oh no. I got a backpack and a weird, this is farm, and I just imagined like I just kept drawing scythes, so I was like, yeah, what if they're farming the heads, like almost like a hydra or whatever, you cut off its head, you know, and it grows back twice in mythology. More unfinished sketches, just like a little skull guy. I think a lot of the rest of this book is quite literally just sketches. I think right after Inktober, I just got super, it was in a very busy, weird point in my life, and so like sitting down and actually finishing art was more difficult for me, so I just used this to make pencil sketches, and I ended up getting around to it later, like afterwards. But weird little skull guy. Like, this is a concept that I feel like would go so hard now, but at the time I just didn't invest into it. But it's like a sun and a moon, and they're turning into bats. This is a tentacle eye dude who's crying. And a centipedal. That's a centipede that's all melty. I attempted to draw some pinup girls and it just didn't go very well. I wasn't super happy with any of them. Whatever was in my sauce was a little tainted, like, at this time. This one was just funny. I just write things sometimes. It just says, fuck my life. Like, over and over. Crying eye creature. Because why not? Freaking hand with tentacles is very Maya. That would go hard as a tattoo design now. Unfinished skull egg situation. And alchemy. Just a weird little prompt. Oh, no, go back. This egg, dude. I love this little egg. I also think this would go hard as a tattoo. I would tattoo that. A little egg in a glass dome. Fuck yeah. And then just like flame skull guy. More sketches and things. Ooh, I don't know if you've ever seen Twin Peaks, but I fucking love that show, and Agent Dale Cooper, He says that's a damn good cup of coffee, and I just made him as as a coffee cup. These ended up, I actually tattooed these designs here. Weird little grave. Again, cool idea. I just did not flesh it out. I feel like that's a cool idea though, like a mossy grave. Some bird sketches and a bird skull mace that I actually did end up tattooing. I actually have the watercolor right here. It was just on the wall right next to me. It's like one of my favorite illustrations, so I have it right next to me all the time. That one got to get on some skin, so that's a tattoo on somebody now. I believe it was on a military guy at the time, like a Marine, so I don't know if he's still in the military, but maybe my tattoo's kicking it in the Marines. Oh yeah, some dog related flash. I just made like dog toys. Little eye seraphim guy, some 420 flash sketches that never ended up becoming a thing. Weird creepy anglerfish, more 420 sketches that did not end up being a thing. And that's it. That's actually the end of this sketchbook right here. I had all my color swatches in the back too, just because alcohol markers are so unpredictable with how they dry, so I always put like a good like key code in the back. But yeah, that's my sketchbook from when I had first started tattooing, like my first year of tattooing. I remember a lot of these were actually made at Fox and Sparrow in Muncie. I was there for like almost the whole month of October doing a guest spot while I was relocating and trying to figure out my life. And that's it for that one, man. Like I said, I am a tattoo artist in Franklin, Indiana. My books are currently open for September and October. If you liked the art that you saw in this video, I post all of that plus lots more tattoo related content to my Instagram at 3 Eggs in a Trench Coat. I also post tattoo content on TikTok at 3 Eggs in a Trench Coat. You can send me an email about anything tattoo related or otherwise at miaspeertattoos@gmail.com. I also have a website with all of my booking info, my full artist portfolio, where I'm traveling to next, all that good stuff. It's www.miaspeer.com. This was so much freaking fun. I've been having a lot of fun reminiscing on my old sketchbooks, so thanks for joining me. Like I said, I am going to be posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the whole month of September. Back Friday to see part 3 of my sketchbook tour series, where I'll be looking at a sketchbook that is more recent, like my most recent completed one, so you can kind of see an evolution of my art and whatnot.